Hello, this is Linear Equations and Functions, Quick Graphs of Linear Equations, Example 5. Example 5 is a story problem about the band selling sweatshirts and t-shirts, and the goal is $1,200, and we get a profit of $2.50 on the sweatshirts and $1.50 on the t-shirts. And we have to describe the numbers of sweatshirts and t-shirts the band can sell to reach the goal. So we'll make up an equation, and it's $2.50 each, so we'll be multiplying that times the number of sweatshirts, that's the profit, and $1.50 each on the t-shirts, so we'll be multiplying t times $1.50. So this is going to be and I'm just going to use 2.5, so it'll be 2.5, and I'll say the number of sweatshirts is S, and we're going to add to that $1.5 for each t-shirt, and altogether that has to equal $1,200. So now we have an equation, and we're still trying to describe the number of sweatshirts and t-shirts. You can do kind of a good job of describing that from this equation. If, for example, if you let t be 0, you would have 1,200 divided by 2.5, and that's 480. So one way to describe it is if you sold no t-shirts, you could sell 480 sweatshirts. And similarly for the sweatshirts, we could divide, we could let the sweatshirts be 0, and then divide 1,200 by 1.5 to get the number of t-shirts we would have to sell. So that's one way to describe it. A better way, of course, is with a graph, and that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to multiply this equation by 10. That way I get 25s plus 15t equals 12,000. See, and just working with an equation like this is a little bit easier than working with those decimals. So I've made up a graph. This graph is kind of interesting. We don't have a dependent and an independent variable. The sweatshirts could go here, the t-shirts can go there. It's the whole problem really depends on both of them, not just on one. So I'm going to do 12,000 divided by 25. 12,000 divided by 25. That is was 480. So when t equals 0, S equals 480. 100, 200, 300, 400. 480 is about there. Now I'm going to do 12,000 divided by 15. And that's 800. And now drawing that line, we've described how many t-shirts and how many sweatshirts have to be sold. So if you sold 100 t-shirts, that looks to be about 430 or so sweatshirts, and so forth. This one is right about on the line. So if you sold 500 t-shirts, you'd have to sell 200 sweatshirts, and so forth.